TV. Hope you're having a good one. Yes, my voice sounds horrible because I'm still sick. But it's good. Woke up feeling stronger. So not bad. Believe it or not, doesn't sound my voice doesn't sound horrible, but it's actually closer to what it really sounds like. I normally raise my voice a little bit for people. Stitchy, what are you doing? What are you doing, boy? I know you want your good mornings. Okay. Came in, makes a mess. And he's like, pet me now. Okay. Go on. Don't forget to invest in yourself today. That's what's up. So, there's been a little bit of confusion around the high for XRP. You have a whole bunch of people, including myself, that use CoinGecko, right? I use CoinGecko for certain programming things, and I use CoinMarketCap for other things. And there's a discrepancy between CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko. Okay, the discrepancy is that CoinGecko will show you the recent highs for XRP and tell you that those are the highs. I've heard various talking heads out there doing the same thing, like just saying that that's the high. I heard one talking head out there, one YouTuber say, well, it was an intraday thing, it doesn't really count, blah, 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 blah. And so I was kind of like, that has got to be like the dumbest thing ever. Right? It was just a candle, it was just a blip, blah, 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 wham, wham, wham. And I was like, you're freaking stupid. Here's why you're stupid. Or here's why I think they're stupid. Crypto doesn't turn off. And they were talking like crypto turns off. There's a beginning, there's an end every day. There's a beginning and there's an end every day, just like stocks. Wrong. There isn't. It's 24/7, 365, 366 during leap year. So when I hear people talk that nonsense, I have to take a step back and look at them. I have to say, a little bit cross-eyed. I'm not pulling punches. I can do stupid stuff. This time, it's them that's doing stupid stuff. But it is annoying when you come back and you're looking at certain things, you're looking at numbers and you're comparing numbers and everything, and you see 384 is the all-time high. It is the all-time damn high. Intraday, morning, noon, night, end of day. There is no end of day. It's all intraday. So it stemmed from a segment by what's his name, Ryan or Brian Kelly, something like that. He was showing people how to do crypto, right? And he chose XRP as the example, and that's what made XRP jump up. Fine, it doesn't matter. 384 is still the freaking high. Does not matter. There are a lot of coins out there that have a high that's crazy up here, or a low that's crazy down there, and it's, oh, it doesn't count, it was only there for a second. It still happened. Still happened. You serious with this? $3.84 is the high for XRP. It has not achieved its all-time high. So at some point I've got to go back and I've got to fix the GMB tracker to use $3.84 right now instead of the $3. I think CoinGecko has it at $3.65 or something like that right now. Give me a moment and I'll tell you what it is. Cool thing about the GMB crypto trackers, I can get to it. So yeah, they have it at 365. Okay. And it's pulled back a little bit. It's at 348 right now, but the all-time high is $3.84. Excuse me. That's just the way it is. People can cry about it. They can scream about it. They can do whatever they want about it. That's still the deal. Now, don't forget to invest in yourselves today. Just saying that. And there's my puppy. I know I've been calling him a puppy for years. He's not a puppy anymore, but he's still my puppy. Well, my daughter's puppy. So, what else do we have going on? ARK Invest. ARK Invest sold 218,986 Coinbase shares worth about $90.6 million across her ETFs, and acquired 4.4 million shares of Bitmine to also disperse amongst her ETFs. Bitmine Immersion Technologies for $175 million, reflecting a diversified strategy. That's right. I'm telling you, some people, look at Cathie Wood's mistakes, and I'm like, yeah, keep looking at her mistakes. I look at her mistakes. I look at her mistakes all the time. You know what I think about her mistakes? Good job. Because she's the kind of person that learns from her mistakes. She's also the kind of person that says, that might look like a mistake, but it's not. I pulled out when I needed to pull out, and I put in someplace else where I felt I needed to put in. This is why she's still in business. This is why ARK Invest is still around. People need to catch up on that fact. Just saying. So yeah, I like the move that she's doing. Bitmine involvement, Tom Lee. Just saying. Excuse me. Philippines digital payments surpassed cash transactions in 2024. That doesn't sound like big news, but it actually is big news. Digital payments surpassed cash payments in 2024. Why is that a big deal, Eddie? Well, I don't know. Because digital payments is where everything's going. And digital payments is not just, for fiat. It's also for digital assets. Aha. And the more people are used to using apps to pay for things, the easier it is for them to slide right into crypto. Crazy, right? Yeah. That's why I pay attention to that. Asia seems to move faster than the United States, than other countries. Big hub. So if you want to pay attention to trends, I would tell you, you might want to pay attention to Asia, especially when you're talking about crypto. Now, something else that might shock you. JP Morgan may allow Bitcoin and Ethereum as direct collateral for loans, including mortgages. That's right. That's huge news. A shift from its current policy of only permitting crypto-related product-backed loans using third-party custodians. And they're saying, nah. I am floored by that. Is it you? I'm apologizing now because I do not know how to pronounce that symbol. Not at all. So I apologize. But thank you for that. Their message, because I don't know if it's a male or female. I followed your investing strategy. I'm sorry. I followed your strategy of investing in yourself deliberately and knowing your entries, exits, and it's worked like a charm. Thank you for that. That makes my day. That definitely makes my day. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm glad it helps. The GMB3 is where to go. Do your own research, know your entries and exits, and absolutely invest deliberately. Knowledge is power, and that's also your first investment. And there's testimony. Thank you so much for that. Gotta love that. What else is there? Pakistan launched the PVARA to regulate VASPs and pilot a CBDC. Australia advanced its Project Acacia wholesale CBDC. I told you guys before to pay attention to CBDCs. I've also told you to pay attention to any kind of regulation regarding stablecoins. Why? Because governments around the world are going to want to treat stablecoins as their CBDCs. Why? Because they don't have to use that term CBDC. That's why. There's a stigma that comes with that term. But now, depending on the kind of rules and regulations that they make, stablecoins abide by, you could see that stigma transfer over to stablecoins. So be careful. Be careful. Cardano faces governance conflict after a representative automatically rejected all IOG proposals. all, like automatically, no. Automatically. And Charles Hoskinson is like, yeah, that's clearly an emotional, those are clearly emotional judgments because all of them know. So he's appealing to the community to say, hey, if you're gonna delegate, please delegate the people that are gonna actually, be proper and not make this political or emotional. And I'm with him. I'm with him on that. And I'm not a big Charles Hoskinson fan. From a smart person perspective, he's very smart. Respect that. Just some of his beliefs and how he does things, not a fan. But here we agree. A blanket no, just because you're not voting in the best interest of the community. So either start voting in the best interest of the community or get the hell out. Period. Because that's your job. That's your job. Vote in the best interests of the community, not yourself, not your views, the best interests of the community. And a blanket no, no, yes, no, yes. I don't care if it's, every now and again it's a yes. But I need to understand your rationale. And to me, that rationale looks like it's a straight up no, just every single time, just because. And I have votes. If we could vote to get that crew out of the community, that's probably how I would vote. So either straighten up or, like I said, if you don't like how things are done, work within the community to change them or get the hell out. Those are some simple damn choices. But don't go trying to wreck things just because. That's not cool. That's not what this is all about. That is not what it's all about. So I'm going to let that go now. I'm good. Western Union is exploring stablecoins for cross-border payments and store of value options in underserved markets with major adoption expected by 2026. Yeah. Now, I got a little bit of homework for you. Go look to see who's invested in Western Union. And I'll give you a hint. It's not the same crew that invested in MoneyGram. Go look it up. You'll like it. You'll like it. Remember, Western Union, the first in its space, or at the time, at one point, the largest in its space when it came to cross-border transactions. Usually sending money back home. I can do that with crypto now. This is why MoneyGram and Western Union had problems way back, which is why they were, eventually invested in by certain crypto companies. See, I gave you another hint. And it's because, we don't know what's going on. And we kind of fell asleep on this. And then they woke up and it's kind of like, I kind of don't need Western Union to send money back home anymore. But now they have services that can actually help. So, just saying, do some research on that. Ethereum led $2.12 billion in inflows. It actually surpassed Bitcoin last week, Thursday and Friday. Wow. I told you, don't sleep on Ethereum. Don't sleep on Ethereum. And then something else that you should be paying attention to is what runs on Ethereum. Things like Chainlink. Just saying. Pay attention to these things. Now, Franklin Templeton gave an interview at a conference. They emphasized tokenization milestones, including the first tokenized US 40 Act money market fund, and plans to expand Benji platform globally. Benji is their token, remember that. Focusing on DeFi integration and traditional financial education. Go check to see who they're in bed with. Yeah. You might be shocked. You might be shocked. No, I'm not going to give you the answer. I want you to go do some research. That is actually some good research. Go do it. Go look to see the tech that Franklin Templeton is involved with. You might find it to be very interesting. It might help you to kind of rethink your purchases as you sprinkle or DCA. I had been sprinkling into those technologies already, but you might find it to be interesting. Just saying. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell has been sent to the DOJ. Apparently, somebody wants to see if he perjured himself in Congress, and I'm like, I feel so bad for this guy because of all the politics that are surrounding the new regime. This is one of the things that they're going to try to use to draw your attention away. The man's done a great job. Has he messed up in the past? Of course he has. Everybody messes up. But is he doing a bad job now? No, not at all. And there are a lot of people saying it. It's not just me that's saying, oh no, Jerome Powell's doing a good job. It's a lot of people saying it's a good job. Okay? Something else that's catching my attention is the fact that Jerome Powell is doing what he needs to do under all this pressure. He's not letting it get to him. He knows he's not going to be fired, so he's paying no mind to that. He has no plans of quitting, so he's not paying any mind to that. But because of all of the chaos and turmoil, he said it before, and I'll be shocked if he doesn't say it again. He's supposed to speak again this week. I'll be shocked if he doesn't say again, well, if it wasn't for all this turmoil, we would have had a cut back in February. Yeah, he said that. But now we know we're not getting a cut in July. That's not going to happen. And here's a bigger issue for you. There's a case to frickin' be made that we don't get one in September either. If the economy is doing well, why do you need to cut rates? Who does that serve? There are a lot of things going on that his job has to pay attention to. And I'm just saying, there are people out there that are saying, with all this turmoil and chaos and blah, 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 the data might not be there to justify dropping 25 basis points, which is just about that big. There just might not be enough data there. Oops. Just saying. Analyst Benjamin Cowan predicts Ethereum could reach new highs if it surpasses a key 4,000 resistance. Agreed. I could agree to that. Except for one thing. I don't think it's an if. 4K is going to happen. Period. So, if I believe 4K is going to happen, it's a matter of when. Can I get the timing right on when? You'll see it pop up. You'll see it pull back, pop up, pull back. I'm telling you now. 4K to me is easy peasy. Easy peasy. We'll look at the numbers in a little bit. All right. Let's see. Already covered that one. Goldman Sachs warns China's Q2 2024 wage growth slowed to 3.9%. The lowest since the pandemic years, risking consumption growth and prompting expectations for targeted monetary easing. Yeah, okay. I think I was a typo. I think I meant Q2 2025. But looking at that, I'm kind of like, we already know that the global economy is not in the best shape in the world, and that China has a couple of problems. We know this already. We know this. You kind of want to say it is what it is. You kind of want to say it is what it is. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be evil or anything like that. It's just that you can kind of see the problem in the United States. Whatever country you're looking at, you can kind of pinpoint, oh, here's a problem. Oh, here's a problem. Oh, here's a problem. It wasn't that long ago before we were looking at a real estate problem in China. We have a real estate problem here. We have wage issues here. They have wage issues there. It's not to say that everything that happens here will happen there and vice versa. It's just that you can look at almost any economy and pick out what's wrong with it. The question is, will it truly damage the economy overall? And how does that economy compare to the rest of the global economy? And then you start to pick out where you're going to put your money and what sectors and things like that, and you start breaking it all down. But that's where my brain is at when I look at things like that. So, just saying, there's a lot going on that we could be paying attention to, and those are the things that I'm paying attention to. But you know what we should do? That's right. We should get to the numbers. Let me get my notes out of the way. So Dow futures is basically flat. It's moving by 2 points. S&P futures basically down by 6.25. NASDAQ futures is down by 56.75. And first article right here, how Europe's trade bazooka could be a last resort against Trump's tariffs. Awesome. Awesome. That's great. We're wasting so much time and destroying so many relationships with this whole tariff thing. It's dumb as dirt. I don't care what anybody says. It's dumb as dirt. You can't run around accusing other countries of taking advantage of you when you run a consumption-based economy. That's why there's an imbalance. Because we're not producing. We're consuming only. So it's a one-way street. To all those people out there that are saying, yeah, the tariffs, yeah, you're going to feel it at the freaking drive-thru. You're going to feel it when you go shopping. You're going to see all of that, and it's not going to be fun. It is not going to be fun. Oh, that's cute. There you go. Now you can see my ugly face. Ha 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 ha. So yeah, you're going to see this, and you're going to go, wow, that's not cool. But I'm telling you, tariffs hurt us. They're meant to like wave this stick at the rest of the world, and it's kind of like, but we're the consumers. We literally consume everything. Oh, well, we're the biggest market. They need to take care of us. No, why? You're asking them for stuff. They're selling you stuff. What are they doing wrong? Now, if there's true, market manipulation going on, then sure, call it out, show it to us, and then we can get behind that. Show us the facts. Just saying. It's going to put that out there for you. Earnings, we got Coca-Cola, Philip Morris, RTX, Texas Instruments, Capital One. I don't have no idea who this is. Chubb Limited Insurance. I'd be looking at all those. I would be looking at all those. Today we have the Vice Chair of Supervision, Michelle Bowman, speaking. Fed Vice Chair, sorry. So we got some Fed speak today. Powell speaking. Another Fed Vice Chair. No, what is she just speaking twice? One at 7:30, one at 1 p.m. Okay. Crypto Fear and Greed Index yesterday we're at 71. Today we're at 72. DeFi Llama, we're currently just below 150. We've got to maintain that 150. Got to maintain that 150. So total value locked is at $147.883 billion. Just going to put that out there for you. I've got to find out why that's not happening. We're still moving laterally. Bitcoin is still moving laterally. Right here, and right here. That's where we were. That's how we got this channel. Right here, right here, right here. That's where we got this channel, okay? And what happened? Yeah, we were never going to do this. That's too fast. So we're moving sideways right now. Moving sideways. But I think this is going to change. I think we will go back up. I think at some point we're going to hit 125, and then 150 is around the corner. August is going to be a hot month. I'm just saying. A very hot month. We also have the Fear and Greed Index at 72, okay? But when you look at the big board, you're kind of like, oh man, there's a lot of stuff on sale. Oh man, yo, Turtle Bitcoin, what's good? H-Bar, Hype, Aave, Link, everything's taken a small dip down. Oh my gosh, heck yeah, everything's on sale. Arbitrum, Algo, Aave, even Doge, if you're into that kind of thing. Shiba Inu, Pepe, even Data's down a little bit. LTC is down. Cardano's down. BNB, ETH, XRP, XLM, SUI, TON, Bitcoin, BCH rather. I'm telling you, there are opportunities. Can you retype that one? That last comment, Turtle Bitcoin? And then looking at the numbers side by side, I'm kind of like, there are opportunities. There are opportunities right here. Like what? I'm just saying. I'm looking and I'm just saying to myself, there are chances here where I can make some money. Solana's, been banging on 200 for a minute. Yes, I'm completely in the black on Solana, so I'm just like, yeah, I'm just waiting. I heard somebody say that, Solana at 220, that's a doable number. For me, anything above 200 and I'll be happy. I'll be ecstatic. And think about this. I've already made my money on Solana. I've already taken out all my capital investment plus a percentage of profit. Everything I have in Solana right now is pure profit. Pure profit. So I'm sitting there, I'm kind of looking at Solana, I'm kind of like, yeah, I can wait. I can wait a little bit. Am I going to shave some profits off with it solidly in the 200 range? Duh. Absolutely duh. Good morning, Paula. Don't forget to invest in yourself today. All right, I can get rid of this one. So let me see who the losers are right now, where the money's at. Yeah, somebody went on and they were like, "Oh, I bought me some pumped out fun." I will never touch that coin. I will not. I will not. It just came out and it's already got a GMB X factor of 0.82. I'm not touching pump. It's a meme coin. It doesn't do anything. Skip that. Not happening. It's down 14.9%. Who else is there we're paying attention to? Tezos. There was a little bit of talk about Tezos. It's down 10%. GMB X factor of 8.52. Who else do we have that I could be paying attention to? Movement was in the news a little bit. 8.31% down. 6.95x as its GMB X factor. So I'm like, yeah, nah. IOTA down 7.58% with a GMB X factor of 22.17. Yeah, all done. All done. That's not happening. 22.17. That's not happening. Sorry. It's not going to happen. It's not. Same thing with 1 inch. Down 7.54. It's got a GMB X factor of 27.66. Not happening. No time soon. Not happening. This one, I hope it continues to tank. It's down 6.71% GMB X factor, 5.81. Yeah. Aave down 6.48%. GMB X factor of 1.13. Yeah, I'm all about it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If you hear me say sprinkle, sprinkle about something, you know I'm down the DCA on that. XDC network down 6.41% with a GMB X factor of 1.04. Some people like XDC. I don't know why. I don't see a reason for its existence. I have nothing against it. It's one of those coins that's supposedly ISO 222 compliant, even though there's really no compliance for it. But people like it. Can it do it? Maybe. I'm still trying to find a use. Still trying to find a use case for it. I had some a long time ago. It took a nosedive, and once it got me back to break even, including fees, I was out. It was done right there. I have no faith in it whatsoever. None. Not because it's not a good project, but just because in all this time, I've yet to actually hear a use case. All of the use cases that somebody had listed to me before are all gone because now everybody's doing what they had wanted to do. So I don't see a use case. Hedera is down 6.27%. I think all this down stuff is all profit taking. So to me, it's an opportunity. Hedera has a GMB X factor of 1.15. Yeah, I'm all about that. I'm down with that. Stacks down 6.27, GMB X factor of 3.54. Maybe. If Bitcoin does well, I think Stacks does well. Simple as that. But will it make that 3.54? Not sure yet. Absolutely not sure yet. But that's all I would be paying attention to. Let's go to the winners. Who's on the winner's side that I could be paying attention to? And it stops right there. Yeah, there's Fartcoin is up 7.35% with a GMBX factor of 0.52. Quant is up, another ISO 222 coin. Quant is up 8.27% with a GMBX factor of 2.30. I don't know. Zebek, who had gotten slapped around last week, up 11.84% with a GMBX factor of 0.73. Don't know. I saw nothing wrong with the project before, but I also saw that there was no reason for me to create a slot for them. Not a single reason. None. Is what it is. But anyway, this is Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, smash the likes, tell your friends about us, because this is a growing community, and we care about each other, growing each other's bags. We come back, we share information. That's what it's all about. Become a member. I would tell you that's going to have, that comes with mad benefits. If you're a big bagger, every month we have a big bagger meeting, a video conference call led by yours truly. And all the big baggers get on there and we talk about some serious stuff. Deeper conversations about specifics around how we're growing our bags, what we're adding to our bags, what we're removing from our bags, our for-profit strategies, our risk monitoring, all that good stuff. We get deep into it. So become a big bagger. Anyway, this is Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. You'll see me later on tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Crypto Overflow. Everybody, thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. And as always, thank you for your trust. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.